Melton, no good. Jazz trail by 3. Pass to George. Now, here's Sexton. And here they come. Bogdanovich finds Melton. Clock at 6. Williams from outside. And it's Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got 11 rebounds in the game. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
You know, D.A., we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy.
Let's get live right now for your Jazz Dance Group.
He's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Let's get an update now on Trendon Watford. What's the status, David?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Nets let me know the status. He told me that he bruised his rib. He's got a pretty good mark there, and he is really feeling it. Right in the heart of the season. This is when injuries start to mount. You're going to have to adjust. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Appreciate the update. Never like to see any kind of injury, Greg.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest parts of the game because you have little to no control over it.
Well, we're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery because we know this about this young guy. He simply loves playing the game.
It's the Nets now. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. And that will be game 3 of 6 played away from home.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Doris, when you think of the Utah Jazz, where do they fit in a very competitive Western Conference?
Well, think about it, Kev. The Gobert and Mitchell era was successful, but they couldn't get to the ultimate prize. So then you trade those 2 players away, you get a load of picks. This is the direction you've chosen, but now it's going to take some time and some patience. Well, Keontae George, guys, a talented backcourt guy. He can create off the dribble. He can make snappy passes. Everything you want in a combo guard. Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
George dishes to Collins. A shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
From 18 feet away, the rebound by the Jazz.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
And George with this stuff.
And this is why people are so high on George. He can take over games with his scoring.
For the lead. And the layup is good. George has got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Williams passes to Wilson. And it's John Collins with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Sexton finds Markkanen. With some arc. And the layup is up and in. And it's a 4-point Jazz lead.
I'll tell you, they come out of the locker room, they are a step slow on the defensive end.
Johnson, the pass to Melton. Back to Johnson. Pass to Melton. Williams with the ball. Defended by Sexton. 5 on the clock. And the basket is good. Wilson's got 9.
Working against size. He's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
George against Melton. George dishes to Collins. That ball's nice feed that time from George. George has got 5 assists tonight.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. They've got Filipowski. Collier out there with Martin. Then there's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Hendricks in at the 4 slot. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Collier. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And not too long ago, Doris, there were such high hopes for the Nets' future.
I mean, think about it, Kevin. A few years back, people were talking about Brooklyn being a dynasty in the making. They were loaded with talent. And for a lot of reasons, it fell apart pretty quickly. How fine is that line between success and failure in the league? Incredible.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. A baseline J. Johnson can't hit.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Melton kicks to Bogdanovich. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Filipowski. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Jazz.
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
Martin wide open, he fires. A rebound by the Nets. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Inside, here's Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Collier. Here's the screen. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Here's Martin. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Johnson surveying the floor. Bogdanovich with a screen on Martin. From deep, Johnson. And it's Johnson again missing.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Wilson with it, and it's Clarkson picking him up. And that's a foul called on Kenyon Martin. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Brooklyn making a change here. Thomas is checked in.
Now into the lineup for the Nets.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Back to Bogdanovich. Hendricks pulls it in. Hendricks has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Martin, the pass to Filipowski. Pass to Collier. And Utah turns it over again.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
For the Jazz, Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Filipowski. And it's Sexton in for Jordan Clarkson. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Sharps checked in for Wilson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Utah leading by 6. Martin the pass to Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And Jordy Fernandez has called a timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. The Jazz making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. Johnson comes in for Williams. And it's Russell in for DeAnthony Melton. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, listened in with what Jordy Fernandez was telling the team. He told them, you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort. Gang rebounding. Everyone involved. That was his only focus. Devin?
Thank you, David. Collins checked in for Utah. Yep, that one goes.
Really, really good possession there. They never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Here's Johnson. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell, he can impact winning with both his scoring and his passing.
Outside, Markkanen. Sexton on the wing, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Trendon Watford's checked in for the Nets. Nets trail by 7. And they double up Russell. He's looking for Claxton and finds him. From deep, Thomas. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
When Cam Thomas gets going, folks, he can get as hot as anyone in this league.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. And the Jazz making a change here. George is checked in. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Thomas. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. George, no good. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Russell finds Watford. Over Collins. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Collins looking around. Collins, a screen on Johnson. Got him with the pump fake. Second move right there. 16 points for Lauri Markkanen.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
4th team foul.
Thomas against Sexton. The Nets working the ball around now.
Walker Kessler's presence will be felt on the defensive end. Just outstanding work.
It's Collins, high post. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 6 assists here tonight.
Well, this is what you're trying to do put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Chalk up 2 there. 18 points for Lauri Markkanen.
Love to see the 7-footer Markkanen go right up with it. Doesn't give the defense time to react.
Russell dishes to Thomas. The 3. Kept alive. Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, Gia, he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
And Utah making a change here. Hendricks is checked in. So it's Brooklyn now. Stolen by George. Lets it go. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Nick Claxton, to me, guys, one of those great energy guys. You know what you can expect from him night after night. Incredible effort defensively, shot blocking, and a vertical threat at the rim on the offensive end.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. 3-point lead. Here's Markkanen, and they double up Markkanen. Nobody near George. Nailed from 3-point land. George has got 23 points.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Nets trail by 6. Poke loose. And here is Thomas. Here's Claxton. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Pass to Hendricks. And taken away by Johnson. To the middle. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break.
In huge moment, D'Angelo Russell comes through big time.
Here's Hendricks, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Oh, I don't very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. In the corner, it's Watford. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
See, to me, the more D'Angelo Russell passes the basketball, the better his team is. Encouraging to see him focus on it.
Pass to Hendricks. Johnson against Markkanen. Outside, Sexton. No good on the 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here.
But when you talk about rhythm scorer, the first guy or one of the first guys to come to mind is Cam Thomas. Very difficult to slow him down when he gets on a heater. You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
Collier, he's checked in for Colin Sexton. Here's Collier. Kicks it out to Colin. And a miss there on the triple.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
It's good.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Pass to Watford. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The willingness to embrace the pressure, Markkanen big-time delivery.
And Thomas, here we go. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Unshakable individual confidence. That is Cam Thomas, big-time bucket.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Got those moves.
Thomas finds Russell. His 3-pointers off the mark. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
And that's an intentional foul.
Nicholas Claxton. Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. Pass to Russell. Puts up a deep 3. They get it back. Fires from way outside. Knocks down the 3. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
You've got to show composure, and he comes through right when the team needs him most.
So we see the Jazz get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Good.
Yo, ma.